home, I might have been a dancer, swinging and swaying my nakedness from one shore to another. I might have lunged through space, cutting the air with my blackness, embracing time with the captivating movements of a woman free. I might have dipped in clear waters, decorating my hair with coral, allowing the sparkling liquid to drip from my imperfect breasts. With blossoms in my hair, I might have danced for the man who, taking my hand, would fill my mind with the goodness of things to come. Talk to my thighs and make my belly rise, till I can feel, really feel the aching movements of a proud, unborn warrior, impatiently awaiting the time when he too could eat the heart of a lion and be a man. Now understand that back home, I could have been a dancer, letting my body scream out the syncopated sounds of a woman free. And I wouldn't have been special, not different from anyone, because back home, all of us might have been dancers, and I don't mean jitterbugs. Rustling overhead, beating their shapeless hips to the rhythm of lovers twisting in the brush. Flesh against flesh, breath against breath, they pitted themselves against the movements of the wind, the screeching of the birds, the turbulence of the waters. And everything that was natural was good, and everything that was not perished in the flames that were caused by the intensity of their sincerity. Nobody in his right mind is peace and love these days. Tain't strange, you know, to find your dream lying in the gutter with its insides torn out. So it pays to turn. Events often come in circles, and if you get hung up on one, then you tend to miss the others, the all-significant others. Still, there's some who insist upon carrying the banner, singing songs about how they ain't gonna study war no more, when the study of war may not be such a bad idea after all. Especially since most of the wars are being waged against us. When a cracker talks of peace, he means peace in the grave. And when he talks of love, he means how he'd love to help us get there. Nobody in his right mind is peace and love these days. And maybe that's sad, but if it's bad for the crackers, it must be good for us. Believe this, blazing reflections of Africanisms are coming back. The joyful cries of Bantu children delighting in the grass are coming back. The purging sediments of the Mau Mau are coming back. The gentle ferocity of Maasai warriors is coming back. The unrestrained passions of Yoruba lovers are coming back. The compassionate politics of an ancient people back in stride are coming back, are coming back, are coming back, are coming back through your sons and your daughters. Because they envy us. They'd like to plunge their ugliness into the very heart of our beauty, until our kinkiness straightens out into the stringiness they use to strangle us with sincerity. Because they envy us, they try to imitate us with the perverted movements of their stiff hips, calling it rhythm. They got a nerve calling it dance. They nudge us into the darkest corners, reserving the sunlight for themselves, for them colorless selves, because they envy us. They scavenge through our history, calling it research. They strip us of our most potent features in an effort to hide the savageness of themselves, them culturally deprived selves, because they envy us, They drench our foods with poisons, fill our veins with drugs, until our eyes can no longer see what our ears refuse to hear. Our legs are getting weak and our arms no longer reach. Our minds no longer rage at the continuous presence of those who envy us and would very much like to change us into something they can relate to, like Frankenstein.
My father is dying. Even as he walks down the street, doing a strut he created himself to go along with the rhythm of the 40s, my father is definitely dying. Because Eldridge is in Algiers and Huey is into Huey, and Angela's been acquitted by a jury of kangaroos, my father is dying. Because he doesn't run as fast as he used to, and the rules of the street life have changed. Nothing remains the same except that my father is dying. And the doctors say it's nothing organic. But then you never know who's been tampering with your prescriptions these days. So instead of getting better, getting stronger, getting blacker, my father is dying. Oh, he can still get it up now. You know how bloods be. And my guess is he'll keep right on doing what he's doing for another 10 years. And then he'll start dying for real. He didn't say where he was going, but he had to go alone. And I suppose I could have stowed away in his mind. But I just didn't want to seem as selfish as I really am. Still lighting candles, burning incense, and praying to every god ever recorded in African mythology. And if he doesn't come back soon, I'm going to inject myself into his veins and search until I find him and can perhaps bring him back. Because it's just no good living alone, especially when you don't. It's just a part of being. Springtime sensation. This thing pounding away at my insides. And I almost cry because it's hard to fight the night alone in a king-size bed. Wondering what the matter is. And if I weren't so ridiculously horny. I'd put a knockout ending on this poem.
Talking politics to a friend. We hear strange noises on the phone and laugh. It won't be long now. Only it's such a drag, having to go down for being seen with the friend of a friend. And in the end, we all look alike anyway. And lately I've noticed nobody talks loud anymore. Not even me. And I'd really hate to see my family being persecuted for something I haven't done. Eventually, you just have to take a stand, even if you're sitting down. Things have come to that. And I've stopped going to church, too. There's no reason why I should deliberately draw attention to myself. So I pray in the closet. And in the morning, When I leave my house, I wave, just in case there's someone there. Don't want to appear unfriendly, if you know what I mean. And I wonder, will there ever be another time when I am not afraid? A lonely figure moves across the wastelands, soul tied in knots by questions that no man can answer. And guided by the stench of charred bodies, he carefully steps over the remains of other mothers' children. The valley is deep, with its bleeding grass and aromatic violence. This must be the place. A victim of his own guilt, he walks blindly. It matters not. The dead all look alike. He comes to a rocky pillar, built in the shape of a primitive altar. He kneels humbly, heart pounding, breathing short. He prays. Asking the warlord to forgive him.
The man died all alone, many miles from home, and I lost a friend. He wrote from far away, everything is okay. And then came the end.
He prays to the warlord to forgive him for being unable to kill.